to It's On Halifax with your hosts, Mark Adam and Pat King. It's On Halifax is brought to you by Maladjusted Media and Oasis on Spring Garden Road. Welcome to another episode of It's On Halifax. I am filling in for Pat King, I being Emily Jewer.
And I, not being Emily Jewer, am Mark Adam. And you can find us on the Twitters. I'm Mark Adam HFX on Twitter.
And I am EMJHFX on Twitter.
Fact. So, the video may or may not be very good if you're watching live this week. I'm borrowing internet.
Quotations around boring.
Yes, my internet has been unhooked and I'm getting the new one hooked up. And we're in the middle. So... yeah, so if you're watching live and you're having troubles, apologies, but this will be available at 9 o'clock tonight for your viewing...
Listening
pleasure. Yeah. You know what I was getting at.
Yeah, I've learned to interpret Adam speak.
Whatever. I don't know why we chose to do this on Sunday mornings. Saturdays are such a drinking night for everyone always.
Yeah.
So this was, I don't know, maybe we didn't think this through.
I don't know, this week Friday was my drinking night, so
really?
I would not have been capable of this on Saturday.
Fair enough. See, and I didn't actually drink last night. I'm just saying that normally Sundays are kind of a gong show as far as I'm concerned. Same with Pat. Pat's kind of a gong show every...
We don't know where Pat is. He could be dead in a ditch somewhere.
He texted saying he might be asleep, and then he never replied. He did send me a booty call text that I don't think was meant for me.
This needs to be read on air.
Oh, it's just simple. It was like, he sent me a text saying, I may be too sick to attend. I'll let you know. I feel miserable. Be in touch soon. Like 2 minutes later, I get a text, which I'm assuming meant for someone else. Home, door is open. Maybe sleeping.
Oh.
I think he was expecting company. Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
Yeah, you're sick, Pat.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do know he has been working on a film for the 48-hour film festival this weekend. So
yes, so
he truly could be sleeping because I'm pretty sure he's been up for about 48 hours.
And that I'm home and the door is open might be for the other guy that's going to edit the film to come and use his computer. Like, yeah. Who knows? But it's most likely a booty call. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We're giving him too much credit.
Ouch.
I don't know how to be less mean about this, so let's move on. Shall we?
Yeah.
We missed last week, and I want to apologize. I was drunk in New Brunswick.
It's all your fault.
I know. If I had done it, I would have been drunk, not even hungover, like straight up, absolutely hammered, and I probably would have done half of it in French. Because I was pretty friggin' looped
We could
in
have expanded
Acadian.
our audience.
Yeah.
The French-speaking.
Yeah, we could have. We could. I mean, we have some viewers in the UK. I keep saying viewers like they're not listeners because you can watch live and you can watch the videos, but typically most of it is downloaded through iTunes.
It's unlikely that the UK listeners are watching right now. Although, what time is it there? 4-hour difference?
Yeah, I wake up in the morning
like
on Saturday and just watch soccer from England, so...
It's about 3 there.
Yeah, so it's 3 in the afternoon. They're all home from church. And or the soccer games.
Yes.
And, yeah. So, that's a lie. There's soccer on right now. But, that said, let's move on again. I digress. 2 weeks worth of stuff, I know.
Yeah, 2 weeks of stuff.
That's what I was getting at. We missed last week, so like there's extra things.
We just went on a detour to get there.
Thank you for interpreting.
Okay.
All right.
Let's look at what do we got.
How about entrapment? I posted a couple weeks ago about how I felt like it was entrapment. There's a video of girls' butt cam catching guys checking out girls. I'm like, that's... You put a butt cam on a girl that was super hot,
Okay.
made her walk around with another super hot friend, and then were surprised that guys looked at you.
Yeah.
That's not okay. You can't do that. That's not fair.
I don't know.
How did you feel about it?
I haven't actually seen the video, but I've heard of things like this before.
It's just music set over top of a girl walking around and guys looking at directly into the camera.
Okay. Well, girls look at guys sometimes too. Sorry, ladies, but we do.
I'm just saying.
It's different if you're sort of offering catcalling sometimes and other things like unwanted attention.
Advances,
advances. But if someone's just looking at you, you probably don't even know half the time. So we'll have
more than half the time, as it turns out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of walk past her, turn around.
Yeah. So honestly, I don't see it's not hurting anyone.
No, I know, and that's if you're hot, you should take it as a compliment. I would love it if girls did a double take on me. It's not going to happen, but I would love it. Like I'd be flattered.
It's a little boost of confidence sometimes when you do notice a guy looking at you. I sometimes feel flattered. If I look disgusting, I'm kind of like, what? Okay, but
yeah, whatever you're into, weirdo.
I don't think I've ever felt like weird about it at all. It's different if they're like catcalling me or, coming up to me and when I don't want that kind of thing, but.
Yeah, well, like, it depends on your mood, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's the problem with women. It always depends on the mood.
It does.
It really does. And as a woman, you can attest to this, yes?
It does.
It does. See, guys, we're not all that crazy. We're crazy, but they're crazy too. And possibly crazier. That's an argument for another time. So there's that. Also, I had posted that I was looking for a roommate. Problem solved. Thank you for sharing. It got shared more than I thought it would. It was shared by several of my friends. A bunch of people I saw posts and they tagged me in it, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty sweet.
So now are we gonna like randomly have some, I don't know, roommate and boxers wandering around on Sunday while we're
No. I've set the expectation. It's fine. He understands that Sunday is until 3:00 in the afternoon. The living room is mine. and then probably after that, because football. So it's all good. That said, thank you very much for sharing is all I wanted to say there. You guys are awesome.
Yay.
So someone done fucked up.
I heard very briefly about this, but what exactly happened?
So a Halifax woman received a totally unnecessary mastectomy after medical staff mixed up her test results with another woman's. So there's a woman that needed a mastectomy that didn't get one.
Shit.
And that's where they remove...
your breasts.
Yeah. All of your boobies.
Yeah. That's not good. That's really not good.
So they took a woman's boobs by accident. And
then someone with cancer apparently did not get treatment.
Did not get the mastectomy she needed. This happened in Halifax. So a Halifax woman received a totally unnecessary mastectomy after medical staff mixed up her tests with another woman's. Meanwhile, the woman who actually needed the mastectomy was never scheduled for surgery. Local health authorities issued this statement. To those patients directly affected by this event, we give our most sincere apology. So Capital Health said that in an email statement. Doesn't really cover it, does it?
No. I would say you chopped my boobs off and now you're just saying sorry. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. No. Yeah. There's a lawsuit in here somewhere. Very clearly.
Yeah. Capital Health is going to be fucked in the bum on this one.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even going to be pretty. No reach around or nothing. It's just going to take it. And they deserve it because that's a fuck up. That's a big fuck up.
It's a big deal.
And it's unfortunate that I'm sure it all boils down to one person's fault somewhere along the line. And if they nail it down to that person, which I'm sure they will,
they're in so much shit.
That person will no longer be employed by Capital Health.
No.
And I mean that they have a pretty good union and all that too. So, I mean they might end up getting relocated somewhere, but I don't know. I'd like to see that person held accountable.
Yeah, because that's a huge.
And even I'm not saying I want to see them fired. I'd like to see them held accountable. I'd like to see repercussions, suspension, punishment, major, because they've cost a couple of people some major life-changing issues.
Yeah.
So there was not local. There was a story on Imgur.
Imgur.
I always say Imgur.
Imager.
Imgur.
I don't know. Sometimes I really wonder how to pronounce some of these sites on the internet.
Everyone knows Reddit. Everyone knows Facebook, Twitter. These ones are easy.
I had a long conversation about the pronunciation of meme with someone before.
Somebody call it a meme?
Meme or mem. Some people say mem.
No, some people would be wrong. There's an E after the M, so it's an E. It's an E.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Makes it a long E sound. Meme.
It's
Argument
a made-up
over.
word.
It isn't made up word, but if you're going to spell it M-E-M-E, it's meme. That's... Unless you're not English.
Well, frankly, English has really stupid rules, and so...
I guess it could be one of the exception words.
Exactly. One of the thousands of exception words. So, anyway, it doesn't really matter because it's a made-up word. But
moving on. So Imgur, God damn it.
Let's
Anyway,
just go
so
with Imgur.
on this particular website that hosts a lot of images, there was a story about a girl who was having crazy seizures.
Ooh, not good.
Because she's epileptic, and to the point where she couldn't even, like, developmentally, she couldn't learn to walk. Mm-hmm. She couldn't learn to do anything because anytime she moved, she had a seizure. So some doctors developed a medicine that derived from marijuana, essentially from the marijuana plant, THC and a few other ingredients in the marijuana plant that have the medicinal properties, and really, really minor amounts. They gave it to this kid, and she now has like a seizure a month.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
And
it's amazing.
I'm not surprised either because both my sister and I have epilepsy. My sister, pretty bad. And it's not as bad when she smokes a joint. So it's totally, like, it just calms your brain down. And that's the problem with epilepsy is you have this overactivity of electricity on your brain. And so when
overfiring neurons.
Yeah, when you smoke weed, all of that just calms the right down.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought that was a really interesting story. So the moral of the story is give marijuana to your kids.
If they're having seizures.
Yeah, if they're sick, I guess. is a qualifier there. Don't just give it to your kids because. Yeah, little different. Also, we didn't get to talk about this last week because, unfortunately, we missed the episode. But Acadie Bathurst Titan forward Jordan Boyd was pronounced dead in New Brunswick after collapsing on the ice. I did not follow up on this story, so I don't know if they ever found out the actual.
He's 16. Yeah,
he was doing individual workouts and just literally collapsed on the ice, and you didn't, Jordan? Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. But he just collapsed on the ice. And all of, like, now everybody's all paranoid and they're all doing like medical exams for all these kids and stuff.
Well, yeah, it's not very usual for a 16-year-old to just die randomly.
Yeah, but it just was it's so tragic. Like, the kid's 16. He was one of the really good prospects for Acadie Bathurst, and he just.
This tells me nothing.
Well, just basically, it's as much as anybody knows, really.
Yeah, no one else knows what's wrong?
Yeah, well, they're still trying to figure out why he collapsed.
Oh, that's so sad.
So it is really sad.
But it looks like they are going to start including cardiac exams for players now.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you wouldn't think you'd need to do that with a 16-year-old, right? Mm-hmm. But there are, and I think the other part of the problem with it was his medical forms and stuff weren't properly filled out, and they didn't. So they were trying to figure out what the hell happened, and they couldn't because nothing was filled out properly, and so they're making sure that all players they have proper medical exams, that all their forms are filled out exactly right, things like that. But that's one of those freak things that you could not have prevented that
No.
Right? I mean, maybe if you knew what it was.
But if he had no prior, like, health issues that they know of, then...
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Really
like, he just collapsed and it just sort of confused everyone.
Sad story.
So, yeah, it's unfortunate. But that said, what are you going to do? It's just really sad. We didn't get to talk about it last week, like I said.
Apparently you met two really well-behaved kids on August 12th, or August 11th.
Yes, Pat and I were at the not Point Pleasant, the Public Gardens. Just sitting, minding our own business. We were hungover as fuck. If you'll remember, that was the day after the ale house story, where actually the shot that made him do the muff dive at Loose Cannon.
Oh, right. Okay.
So anyway, both of us were out. We crossed paths at some point during the night, but we were out separately, and we were both fucking stupid hungover. And so we're just literally laying in the grass at the Public Gardens on a hill, just trying to get air, drinking tea or whatever. And these two kids come up on the hill because they wanted to roll down the hill.
Right.
And the mother was very, very respectful and was like, "Excuse me, those two gentlemen are sitting there. Do you mind asking them if you can roll down the hill, so you're not bothering them, da-da-da." And they were very polite, and they asked us permission, and they were asking us questions, and like they told us their names and how old they were, and they were just super, super, super well behaved.
Cute. Yeah,
and it was like, wow, that is fucking refreshing.
Someone's parenting right there.
Yeah, I agree. So Pat was pretty impressed by that, so that's why when I saw that picture, I was like, I should share that. Unintended children will be given coffee and taught how to swear.
I've also seen variations. One, unattended children will be given an espresso and a free puppy. And then there's a Christmas shop in, you know how every city in Canada has like a Christmas store open all year round. The one in Toronto has a picture, and it's the Queen looking around a corner or something. I think it's probably Photoshop, but then it says, "Unattended children will be sold for elves."
That's not bad.
Yep.
So that puts more fear into the children than the parents.
Yeah.
Kids are like, "Coffee? What's coffee?" Swearing? I like that. But someone shared a story with us on that as a comment. They said it reminds them of a story. "'Twas on the bus recently and watched a mother feed the following to her child that was no more than 3 years old. A giant popsicle, an entire chocolate bar, and a Tim Hortons iced cap." So the kid was jacked up on sugar and caffeine, and this all happened in the span of 10-minute bus ride.
At
10 p.m. at nighttime. Feeding an ice cap to a toddler is pretty negligent, if you ask me. Benny Francis, I'm going to agree with you. Thank you for sharing that story. I am horrified.
Why are you out with your 3-year-old at 10 o'clock at night as well? I mean, okay.
Listen, working girls have shit to do, places to go.
Stuff happens.
And how else do you get home from Walmart?
But a Tim Hortons ice cap, really?
Hey, people are douchebags. There's no limit to it.
You know what? I try not to judge people for parenting things because I don't have kids. I know people who do have kids, and that is the hard shit to do. But sorry, you do not give a 3-year-old a nice cap.
I'm going to agree. Which led me to post the next thing that's on our Facebook page there, which is don't have kids. It's a photo album from the Chive, and it's basically just awful things that kids are doing.
What is that blue shit all over that guy's face? I really want to know.
The kid managed to get paint into his bath somehow. Yeah.
That's fun.
That's just the cover photo. There's like there's 24 photos in that album.
Oh
Some of them are animated GIFs. It's like kids punching grandma in the face. And like kids are just fucking awful human beings. Anyway, so we did meet two really nice kids, but that story that Benny posted prompted me to post. the other one.
Oh, I saw that bugs in Australia. Fuck. I never want to go to Australia.
Some of those bugs are ridiculous.
Yeah, I have a friend who used to live there, and she was telling me about the huntsman spiders, which are like the size of dinner plates, and they just like wander into your house, like, oh hey, just gonna hang out here.
How do spiders that big get in your house if you have doors closed and screens?
I don't know. They do it though. They're fucking crazy. And then like they had this like kind of like a large frisbee on a stick that they would use to trap them, and then like try to get them outside, and like spears to like kill these giant spiders. Apparently the good thing is that they eat other bugs, including some of like the really poisonous spiders. So
yeah, the big spiders aren't typically the poisonous ones.
no, it's not poisonous at all. It will like take a good chunk out of you if it bites you, but they don't tend to bite because they're scared of you. But like the little ones are the ones that you have to worry about. The brown recluse spider, that one's small, but it's really fucking
if you're
poisonous.
wondering what we're talking about, go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/itsonhalifax, and on August 13th it was posted. Bugs in Australia are intense is the name of the article.
It's crazy.
It's just a bunch of pictures, really. It's
crazy bugs.
Yeah. And number 3 on the list was by far the most terrifying to me.
I don't remember what number 3 was.
Well, I'm gonna bring it up.
We need to look at this. What starts on number 3? A spider eating a snake.
Yep.
Oh, look how long its legs are. God, it just makes
It's eating a snake. Spiders large enough to capture and kill a snake are not okay.
That should not exist.
I mean, like I don't mind snakes. I'm not a huge fan of them, but they don't bother me. I'm not scared of them.
No, I like snakes.
I wouldn't have a pet snake, but I wouldn't. If my buddy did, I'd be like, hey, cool, can I touch it?
Yeah.
But that is a spider that can catch a snake, people. A spider that can catch a snake.
Be afraid.
Yeah. And there's another one in that whole thing that's like eating a bird.
Go up. Where is it? What's next? Oh, God, I can't make it go.
Oh.
Your mouse
Really?
hates us.
Yeah, it's fine.
Here we go.
Piece of anyway, it is what it is.
Wow, that's a huge moth. It's kind of pretty, though.
Yeah, there's some... Yeah.
But having that fly in your face, that would not be fun.
Yeah, it's bigger than a hand. And that's an earthworm.
Weird.
Yeah. Gross.
Oops.
Yeah.
That's not what I wanted.
Anyway, that said, let's move on because they're starting to creep me out a little bit.
Giant cockroach. Okay.
There's the story about the 14-year-old girl that took on Kevin O'Leary on his show, the Lang and Leary Exchange. She went on his show, and he basically berated her and made her, was telling her, basically, you're so young, you can't really know anything.
What was she on a show for?
Well, basically, she's an activist against GMO.
Ah.
It's like Monsanto and
Yeah.
other companies. And she was really knowledgeable. And what happened was he was calling her out on all this stuff, and she had a retort for everything. And he tried to take her off subject and make it about other things. And she's like, well, I think the point of the matter is this, like what we were talking about over here.
Nice.
So basically, she owned Kevin O'Leary on his own television show on the the Lang and O'Leary Exchange, which made me happy.
Yes.
So he's like this big business exec. He had some good points. Don't get me wrong, and it was so funny because he brought up a fact that like my daughter is what he said to her. Like my daughter made a documentary about blah blah blah, and she's like, actually, I watched that, and if you'd like, I can go over the points that she made that are not exactly correct. Like, I knew everything about it.
Nice.
Like she did her fucking homework going in there, and she just destroyed him, and it was very funny to watch.
That is awesome.
Very funny to watch. Another story, local here to Halifax. Mr. Brian Eldon MacQuarrie.
Eldon, nice.
Well, I don't know, he's got that on his Facebook page. But Mr. Brian MacQuarrie is hoping to get an audition to become Lex Luthor in the next Superman movie.
I need to see the first one. Have you seen it?
I haven't, actually. I gave up on Superman movies a while back, but I really should go back and watch this one.
Yeah, because when they first tried to reboot the whole Superman thing, the movie was really shitty.
Yeah, the Superman Returns or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I did not like it.
Yeah, no more. No more. But
then
then Man of Steel, now I'm like, oh, now I have to go watch this.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but Batman's going to be in it, too. That's the other thing. Batman was going to make an appearance. Batman's going to be in the next Superman movie.
Oh, is this the whole Ben Affleck playing Batman thing?
That is the Ben Affleck playing Batman thing.
How do you feel about that?
You know what? I don't... He has a lot of Oscars. He, mostly for, like, behind the scenes.
Not for acting.
Yeah. Yeah. My argument is I don't know who I'd want to see be Batman, so why not Ben Affleck?
Yeah, frankly, I can't think of anyone
Exactly,
in particular, right? So
who, especially the Batman, because you got to think of the context too. The Batman opposite the guy that plays the Superman.
Right, what's his name?
I forget his name. But the point is, I mean, you've seen him in the trailers. For those of you that seen the movie, you have to find a Batman that can play the Batman opposite that Superman.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just a guy that can play Batman.
And it's not going to be the same as, like, the most recent Batman movies.
No, it's not going to be dark like that.
Yeah, that
it's
was,
not
like,
gonna be...
super dark, and Christian Bale was great for that, but this is not the Christian Bale Batman.
No, and nor is it the fucking Tim Burton Batman.
Yeah.
This is not Michael Keaton, and Jack Nicholson, like, going at it. Like, this is a completely different thing, and my opinion is, until somebody can tell me who would make a better Batman, why not Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
Not that I'm a Ben Affleck fan, and not that I'm supporting, like, I don't like Ben Affleck very much as an actor.
No.
He's made some great movies, but they weren't great movies because he was in them. He was great movies because he was behind them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Why not Ben Affleck is my... I guess, because I don't have an alternative. Like, I don't know who else I would want to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's where I am
I'll wait
with
and
that.
see what happens.
But, in the meantime, sign the petition for Brian to get an audition. All you got to do is go to our Facebook page, or you can go to his page. I'm sure it's probably shared on the Picnic Face page.
Yes.
He was supposed to be a guest of ours, but he's a little busy. Not a problem. We will have him on to talk about this, amongst other things. He's also involved in Make 'em Up's improv comedy company, which is very exciting. And yeah, we've got that going on. So
Sweet.
Go to the page, click on it, vote for him, or vote. Well, I don't say it's not a vote so much as sign the petition that they're sending to DC. And he doesn't even want us to get him the role.
He wants
us to get an audition. He wants a shot. And I mean, if he gets in there, he knows what he's capable of doing. So it would be fucking awesome if that would work.
Yeah.
What if this worked, people? What if this worked?
Amazing.
That'd be amazing. Hollywood would be totally changed based solely on this. Maybe. So.
We're at about 30. Do you want to break? A little break?
What are you, checking the time on me?
Yeah, that's my job usually.
Shh. Really quickly before we go to break, did you hear about the water leaks from Fukushima?
No.
Yeah, there's radioactive water leaking from Fukushima.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah. And there's a whole article of like, here's what you need to know.
Now, if we lived in a comic book, it would mean that everyone in Japan would just be like a superhero, but I don't think it works that way.
Well, I think essentially that's what they're saying, is that somebody's doing it on purpose to create super, like, crazy mutant monsters.
Seriously.
sea monsters.
That's fun.
No, I'm not. That's probably not what they're saying. But
They're
there's
saying
a lot of
everyone's going to die.
Because you guys remember in 2011 there was the earthquake and the
Okay.
tsunami, and
Yeah.
there's a nuclear meltdown and all that nuclear.
It was not good.
Now in
And now we're seeing more fallout from that, it looks
Japan has really bad luck with nuclear fission.
Yeah, I feel like having a nuclear plant in a country that is like hit by earthquakes on a weekly basis, practically, not the best idea. But
Yeah. Some of it I don't understand because I don't get the science behind it. I mean, I get the basic concept, but I don't think I can grasp just how bad it is solely because I don't understand what some of these things that they're talking about are, like becquerels and...
I think all we really need to know is nuclear radioactive substances in the ocean /
in the Pacific.
Yeah, in the water surrounding this country, bad equals bad.
Yeah. So don't eat seafood.
Yeah. And that's one of Japan's major industries is
but
fishing.
So now what they're going to have to do is fish farther away.
It costs more money.
Yeah, so basically everything, like their whole fishing market is going up in price probably very soon.
Yeah. Not good.
Yeah, just all kinds of stuff. HowCon Sci-Fi Con is tweeting over here. We need some input from people about the harassment guidelines are out or something. They want people to review them. I'm gonna see. Check it out.
So let's go to break and look at this while we're...
Yes, we'll go to break, and while we are on break, we will look at that as well as take a break. Shut up, Adam.
Bye!
You want your special day to be just right, right? Well, so did I. I called Maladjusted Media, and all the little details took care of themselves. An audio-video setup, photographer, and even a videographer, all working as a team to capture the memories I cared about. Oh, and I saved a bundle by getting them all in the same place. You should try it.
Visit us online, maladjustedmedia.ca.
Oasis, epic sports pub, where you don't have to spend a lot to get a lot.
Hi, I'm Dan Soller from My Living Will. You're listening to It's On Halifax.
When did we get our press passes?
Won't be till closer to the...
I figured.
Sometimes you just show up and pick them up there.
Oh, when is this again? Oh, November. Okay. I thought it was in October for some reason. Good. I might be going away in October. I'm going to put it in my calendar right now. 8 to 10.
Don't hit me. Ow. Oh, boom. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you have to keep your bed.
way she didn't have to move it. See? But plus you wanted to change it anyway. Time are we? No, I said, what time are we? I got it, don't worry. Finally got word from Pat.
What did he say? You sleeping?
He said, haha. I only just got up, basically collapsed at 3 last night. Editing now to have it in by 6. Free screening September 5th.
Sweet. I have rehearsal.
Pardon. You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this.
We're back.
We're back. Hey, we're back. Hey. Okay. So, yeah. Pat finally got back to us. For those of you that weren't listening on the break.
He's not dead.
Not dead. He just woke up and he's editing that 48-hour film we were talking about to try and get it in by 6 o'clock today. And there's a free screening September 5th. I'm saying that out loud on the show. I hope he's listening.
Free screening September 5th. I think it's all the 48-hour films.
That'd be awesome.
So go see it.
Yeah, most certainly. We've got a whole lot to talk about, so let's just skim over the subjects.
Yeah.
And then at the end, if we need to fill time, we'll do the This Day in History if there is any time left. How's that sound?
That sounds good. Game plan. Go.
NHL hockey. The new playoff format is fucking confusing. Because what they did was they reshuffled how the conferences and divisions worked because there was a lot of disalignment. Like Winnipeg being a new team was in the East because they were Atlanta.
Oh.
Detroit's part of the West, even though they're closer to the East, and travel time for them's a bitch. And there was a bunch of examples of weird shit going on where teams are in the East or the West sort of arbitrarily. But the new lineup has 8 teams in 2 of the divisions and 7 teams in the other 2 divisions. Or something like that. I forget. The point is it's all fucked up. The number of divisions don't line up the same. And the playoffs are all screwed up, and the way that people enter the playoffs isn't the same as before. It isn't the top 4 from each division kind of thing. Do you know what
I have no idea about hockey.
Okay. Well, essentially before, the top team in every division was in the playoffs.
Right.
Right? The next 4 best teams in each conference are in the playoffs.
Okay.
Now that's not necessarily the way it works.
Oh.
Yeah, it's confusing. So there's like this playoff thing that it's really fucked up. Anyway, it's a little more clear in one of the articles we posted, but the first article that I read, I was really confused. But there is an actual explanation on NHL.com that sort of clarifies things. It doesn't make it less dumb, but it clarifies things. So that's for you hockey fans out there. Also, remember that time that George Takei was mad at you? Because Putin does.
And he will for a long time.
Yeah. George Takei shared a photo of Putin with a little Hitler mustache, but his Hitler mustache is rainbow colored, which I find awesome.
Yep.
A fan had sent it to him, and he posted it saying, "Evil must be stopped before it closes its fist to strike even harder. Show this, or like and share this image of Rat Putin, so the world can know and remember his true colors." And that's because of all the gay bashing and beating and stuff going on in Russia.
Yeah, basically they passed this law that
it's illegal to be gay.
Well, it's illegal. Technically, it's a propaganda law, and it's supposed to protect the children. So you're not allowed to
talk about being gay.
Yeah, just
be gay in public, protest gay.
They're kind
rights.
of using it. They're saying it's to protect the children, but they're using it to get away with a lot of other shit, and basically repressing an entire society of people.
Yeah, beating gays.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's the whole Olympics thing. What the hell are gay athletes is going to do?
They're like, gay athletes are more than welcome to come to the games as long as they don't tell anyone that they're gay and it's okay to be gay.
Yeah. And one of the things, the last, 2 Olympics in London and Vancouver, and I'm not sure if any before, there was a pride house for gay athletes so they could come and feel and have this support and community. And, of course, that's not going to happen in Sochi.
I don't know if... with all that shit going on, I mean, it's not quite as severe as what was going on in China before the Chinese Olympics, what with the human rights violations.
Right.
This is a little different. This is a prejudice against what they see as a choice. It's not a choice. We know that, blah, blah, blah. But China's been killing people because of where they were born or who their parents are or this and that. There was all kinds of shit going on in China that was... I mean, do we boycott this? Or does that kind of send the message that what happened in China was fine, but this isn't?
I think there's a lot of, differing opinions on this. A lot of athletes are saying don't boycott. Go and be as supportive of the LGBT community as you can. If everyone were to do that, how are they going to arrest, entire Olympic teams? I think there needs to be a cohesion on what the plan of attack is here, because I think every country should come out with a rainbow version flag
of their flag.
But and then there's the IOC, which is a big issue as well, because they're saying, well, you're actually not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to make political statements during the games. Athletes are they're not supposed to be wearing rainbow pins or flags or anything like that. So,
but that's always been a thing to avoid, not to avoid the whole gay thing. That's to avoid a lot of different.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what's to say this guy's going to wear a rainbow pin, this guy's going to wear a swastika?
Yeah, I guess.
But then, because where do you I know they're not the same thing.
No.
But where do you draw the line as far as the IOC is concerned from their point of view? So let's fuck it, cut it. There is no political statements allowed to be made. And it makes sense when you think about it, because every country has its own culture. Every place you go is going to be different. And they have their own beliefs, their own moral code, their own everything. So for everyone in the world to go there and get along, it's like that old saying. There's 2 things you don't talk about in polite company: religion and politics. So don't make political statements, don't make religious statements.
Some people argue that talking about being gay isn't a political statement. It's being yourself.
But it is a political statement because it's a political issue.
It isn't. It isn't.
It is a political issue. In Russia, it's a political issue.
Yeah.
Right now, they passed a law saying, politicians passed a law saying that it's not okay to say it's okay to be gay. They passed a law. They are fucked up in that country. There's a lot of countries that are fucked up too. So, do you want these other fucked up countries saying it's okay to beat on people or kill people or blah blah blah? Where do you draw the line? Is my point. I think it's atrocious what they're doing, and I don't think it should be allowed to be done. But I'm just from the IOC's point of view, no political statements to be made would include gay, lesbian, bi, and transsexual. It would include all of that as part of a political statement.
Yeah. From
their point of view, and I don't think they're wrong for including it. That policy will be what lets the games even happen.
I think the games are going to happen no matter what.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
They're going to happen there. And
if they were to not include like the whole gay rights thing as a political statement,
yeah,
it would cause uproar because they would do it. You know, the IOC says it's okay, so.
Yeah, I think, at least I hope that, frankly, I hope that people ignore the rule and go ahead with it anyway.
I don't know. I don't think it's hard to say this, but like countries should be vetted better before they're allowed to host the Olympics.
Yeah.
Because stuff like this is not okay.
No.
Right. But I mean, how can you tell that 4 years out when they bid for the Olympics? About 4 or 5? I don't know. It's like 6 years.
Yeah, it's like
6 years or something.
6 to 8 years.
They bid ahead for the Olympics, right? So that said, Russia's got kind of a bad track record for this stuff anyway.
Yeah.
We have some free tickets to give away. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Not your next. That one's over.
Oh.
But
we have more free tickets?
We have more free tickets.
To what?
We have tickets to Closed Circuit.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's very good.
How did you get those?
You shush you. No, there's a lot of this happens all the time actually. These people send free tickets out to bars, radios. We got contacted because they were like, they want to fill the place on the pre-screening. The movie's not even out yet. So these are for tomorrow night, Monday, August 26th, to go see Closed Circuit at Park Lane. So just so you're aware, we have 3 to give away, and each one of them is good for 2 people. So that means if you win, you get 1, and you can take someone. It's very fun.
Right.
So we have 3 of them to give away.
6 people are going to get to go see this movie.
So what should we ask them to do for us in order to win?
They should... I don't know. What's the movie about?
Well, it's Closed Circuit. It's about this high-profile case of murder and cover-up, and basically all these closed-circuit cameras are being monitored all the time. Similar to the NSA scandal that just broke in the States, but this is it's British-based. So it's essentially like MI5, CIA, essentially, right, spying on people on their own soil, which apparently is very, very bad.
Not good at all.
Because the CIA is not allowed to investigate American citizens. That's what the FBI is for. Right. And they're not allowed to investigate on U.S. soil if it's American citizen, blah, 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 blah. So if American citizens leave... Yeah, they're not allowed to investigate American citizens on American soil, I think.
We are digressing.
Anyway, I'm just saying. Point is, it's all like super secrecy, blah, blah, blah.
So we'll put up a post, and how about, I don't know, they have to answer a question or comment of some sort. Plan the perfect murder.
How about this? Tell us what movie you want to see this summer. Like, what's the most anticipated movie that you know is coming up this summer,
Summer's
and why?
almost over.
You shush you. I didn't mean summer. I meant
Fall?
this year, before Christmas.
Before Christmas. Okay, we'll put a post up at the end of the episode asking what movie are you most looking forward to before December.
Before December.
And then we will choose from the comments.
Yes, we will. And we'll give away 3 of them, so don't be shy.
That's for tomorrow night, everyone.
For tomorrow night. Woo! Okay.
We still have a lot of stuff to get through.
Oh my god. Okay. Cosmo, by the way, is super sexist. I'm not going to click on it, but...
Right, they always say stupid shit about men.
Oh, I know. It makes us look retarded. And nobody calls them out on being super, super sexist. And I think that's a double standard. Because anytime a male magazine, Maxim or whatever, says something about girls, there's a fucking uproar about it. Like, oh, this is fucking sexist and blah, blah, blah. And there's, feminist groups saying that... Remember the bridge thing? What the hell was her name? The girl that was telling people slow down on the bridge, slow down, fast boy.
What?
That campaign they had on the bridge in Dartmouth and Halifax.
No
With
idea.
the CGI made up hot girl that told people it was a fucking whole campaign to get people to slow down on the bridge and not speed and
Right.
all this stuff. But it because it used this made up not real girl's face, everybody was all pissed off at how sexist it was. And
I don't think I lived here when that happened.
yeah, you did. It was last year.
Oh. No idea what you're talking about.
Bridget was her name.
Bridget.
Bridget. It was a thing. We talked about it on the show.
I don't remember that.
And I got flamed because I said something about... I forget. I just said, like... Because they were going to get rid of the thing because a bunch of feminist groups said it was offensive and blah, blah, blah. And I said something like, feminist groups ruin everything or something as a joke. And everybody just fucking lost their goddamn mind.
Well, okay. But the point is, yes, there's a double standard. There's a double standard for almost everything.
Yeah, but that definitely is one of them where Cosmo is telling lies to essentially young girls, for the most part. And that's what's wrong with society, is that nobody calls them out on shit like that. Like, magazines like Cosmo, websites, like eHarmony and all these stuff, like they set up men and women, particularly women, in this particular case, to believe that guys are this and guys are that, and that this is how you have to behave, and if you're a little slutty, that's okay, and if you're a little this and you're a little that, like basically they're teaching people how to be skanks and whores, and it's not okay.
No, but if you ever believe any of the sex tips in Cosmo, you're probably an idiot. Because they are the worst things in the world.
All right, then. I don't read it. I'm just saying that has 16 pictures of, like, actual articles in the
yes,
magazine.
I did look at it.
Yeah.
They're all stupid. But Cosmo, by nature, is stupid. Everyone should know that by now.
Also, Aaron Paul was from Breaking Bad. Aaron Paul, the guy who plays Jesse. Like, I'm Jesse, bitch. Science, bitch. That guy. For those of you that don't know, I'm just clarifying. I know you know. He was on The Price is Right years ago.
Uh-huh.
And at the time, he was only acting in commercials and stuff. So he was all excited. Because, like, he wasn't really well known. He was just this guy.
That's fantastic.
He was there with his friends. And they picked him, and he went up there, and he was the most excited person ever. You should go watch that clip. And it's really funny. He's actually, I'm touching Bob Barker. He's so... And he never says bitch once. That's very disappointing. Because that character hadn't been written yet. But it's really, really funny. And you should watch it, I think. It's very, very good. The whole thing's happening on the Jay Leno show. And Jay Leno shows him that we have the clip and makes him watch it with them and embarrasses the shit out of them and all that stuff. So it's actually really funny. Really, really funny. So, next.
Moving on up.
There's a bunch of what the fuck photos going on there.
Yep.
Also, Florida, always fucked up. There was a story that was like, this is the article title. Store clerk critically injured attempting to retrieve stolen David Hasselhoff ads. And then right after that, not Florida. You know your state is fucked up when weird stories come out and people have to specify that it didn't come from Florida. Yeah, not Florida. That's funny to me. Chris Brown.
Chris Brown concert.
Chris Brown, the concert is canceled.
Done. Apparently because of his legal problems.
No, he cited health issues.
Right.
That's what they cited. His agent cited health issues. What it really is that he's got some crazy legal concerns at the moment. There's crazy protests happening about him doing these 4 shows in Canada.
Right.
Was it Winnipeg?
Winnipeg, Halifax. I don't remember the other 2.
Was it Toronto and St. John, I think?
St. John is one of them, yeah.
I laughed when St. John was brought on, because St. John is actually the domestic violence capital of Canada. And it was just funny that was like there's all this protest in Halifax. We don't want him here. Oh my God. And then St. John's like, we'll take him. Sign here. All right. But anyway, all 4 shows got canceled, which means Summer Rush, they didn't find a different...
No, they're just going to cancel the whole thing.
They said they postponed it by a year, but it's a yearly thing. So what they did was cancel this year's. That's what happened.
It's canceled.
Yeah, canceled, not postponed. So that happened, which I don't give a shit. Like, if the guy wants to come here and play, and people will pay to see him, whatever. Good on you, you big douchebag. I don't like you personally, but I don't like your music anyway. So, like, even if you weren't a douchebag, I still wouldn't go see you. So I really actually do not give a shit. Moving on.
Kristen Slaney's campaign
has
finished. She raised just over $6,000.
How short was she from her goal?
I think 8,000 was
the goal?
Yeah. But she is currently in New York, so she has raised enough money to pay, because she did some other fundraisers as well. So yeah, she's at Columbia. She's in the playwriting program.
Congratulations, Kristen.
It's fantastic. It's a really great program. I think she'll do really well there.
Yeah, I always really liked her. I had the opportunity to work with her for a year, doing acting, and she's awesome. Like, she's just an amazing personality. She's, whether she likes you or not, you'd never know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if she liked me or hated me, but she always treated me like I was awesome. So, like, she's just a great person.
And a fantastic playwright. And what's exciting is that I think she has plans to come back here after she's done her program. So it's kind of keeping it all in the family. The mouse not working?
Yeah, I'm having an issue with this fucking thing. That computer is a piece of crap.
I also posted a little thing about being an introvert. I don't know if people have seen the articles going around the last few weeks.
There have been a
lot
few of them.
Yeah, a lot of introverts are kind of coming out of the woodwork to be like, we don't hate people, we just need time to ourselves.
Yeah.
Kind of deal, because... So it's a misconception that introverts don't like people. I am an introvert, and I love hanging out with people, but I need to go away after a bit and just, like, chill.
Well, the difference between introverts and extroverts is simply that extroverts get their energy from other people, and introverts are... They get their energy from being alone and reading and just having quiet time to themselves. That's where they get energized. So when introverts and because lots of people are introverted that don't even know they're introverted, probably.
No.
Because they don't know why they're so cranky after a fucking night of drinking or hanging out or whatever.
Exactly.
Because you need to you need to go away and just sit down.
You need to have some time, yeah.
And you don't know why you're crazy.
And it's also a misconception that introverts are shy people. There are plenty of introverts who are, like, super outgoing and love to talk to people and things like that, but they have to recharge by themselves.
Yeah, and I'm an extrovert.
Yes.
100%.
Definitely, and I am 100% an introvert.
I'm very much in your face. Look, come on, let's hang out. I don't very much like being alone. not like I can be alone. I just don't. I much prefer being around other people and talking and, you know, just, I don't know. Even if I'm just sitting with another person watching a movie, I'd rather do that than watch a movie by myself. Even if I'm not talking to that person, if there's a person here, I feel more connected to the world. I don't like being isolated, I think is the thing.
I love having those few hours every night when I get home from work to like just chill and watch movies by myself or read and I don't know. I feel bad though sometimes because I'm just like, people call me up and go, want to hang out? And I'm just like, I do, but I also don't. I've just been out all day hanging with people and now I just want to be by myself. So.
Yeah, makes sense.
But that article, well, the TED Talk I posted was really great. In general, TED Talks are awesome, so check those out.
Definitely. I went back and watched a TED Talk the other day because of that. I had posted a video about a guy, like with the guy doing the poetry read, the poem OCD, which is fucking awesome, by the way. It's fucking awesome. And it had reminded me of another spoken word poem that was at one of the TED Talks about bullying, which was also really, really good, but much longer. The OCD thing's like 2 minutes, the other thing's like 10. But, I mean, spoken word poetry is so underground because it's so underused, I think.
Yeah, you don't see it very often. Back in May, I worked on the Soloicious Festival that happened over at Bus Stop, and there are some spoken word poets that were amazing. It's really, like, intense, like, art form.
It really is. We're also running out of time.
Oh, yeah. Best of Halifax.
Yes, vote for us. We are listed. If you go to the link that we've got shared there, or if you just go to thecoast.ca, they have a link right on their front page that should say Best of Halifax Survey. Click that, and you have to vote for at least 10 things.
But that won't be hard. You'll know at least 10 of the things.
There'll be 10 things in there you want to vote for. But Best Podcast is one of those things. And we're listed. There's Background Noise, The Citadel Cafe, Geeks vs. Nerds, who, by the way, were bronze, silver, and gold last year in that order.
Those three? Nice.
Yeah. And then there's It's on Halifax, Local Bites, Potato Salad Radio Show, and The Young Thrillionaires. So if you would be so kind as to go to thecoast.ca and vote for us, that would be absolutely fantastic. I know that we would very much appreciate it. So would Lex, who's joining us now. For some reason, he came out of his hidey hole. I can't get this stupid mouse to work. I'm really losing my goddamn mind.
Here, look at mine.
I'm so mad. Anyway, yeah, so in other news, there was a Craigslist murderer on the loose. They caught him. Yeah, he basically made an ad looking for middle-aged white men that had no real family ties to come out and live on his ranch and work on his ranch and live the cowboy life.
Is that what it really said? If you don't have family ties.
No, he was, but he had designed this Craigslist ad specifically to target those people.
Right.
We could go through the whole thing, but we don't have time.
It's true.
But he was luring them out into the woods to kill them.
Fun.
Yeah.
Nothing better to do.
Yeah. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Also, I got flamed. I totally bit on a...
oh, yeah. A lot of people did.
Oh, man. Because nationalreport.net, I didn't realize was a satire magazine.
It's supposed to be. It's really shitty satire, though. It's nowhere near the caliber of The Onion.
The Onion, like, you read some of that and you're like, that's hilarious, but you know it's satire.
Yeah, they use it for humor purposes, but stuff on this what is it, nationalreport.net?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, they got me, is what I'm saying.
They released an article that said gay to straight program to be used in all Arizona public school curriculum beginning in November, and it used real names, it attached real email addresses to these people who never said any of this stuff, and frankly, most people were like, that would not fly in Arizona. But a lot of people thought it was real, and some people...
Well, and I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm an asshole. I get it. So vote for us in the coast, even though I'm an asshole, is my point. Also, because Pat King's mom took the time to write a comment in there. She said, please take the time to register and fill in at least 10 of the questions in the survey and vote for It's on Halifax. My son is one of the producers, I guess you'd call him. Thanks.
Aw.
I know, sweet, right? Pat's mommy.
I hadn't seen that Pat's mom commented.
Also, yeah, Ben Affleck, people are upset. Moving on.
Oh, we already covered that.
We already covered that.
And that's it.
That is it. Jeez, we almost...
And how long do we have? Oh, we're over time.
No, we're not. We're not. We're short 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. Right, because
break.
the break. We have 2 minutes.
So,
Yeah.
I have a play in the Fringe that you should come see. It's
Yes.
awesome. Awesome.
Called Department of Common Sense.
It is.
It's playing at Dance Space.
Dan Space, yes. It's on Grafton Street, right down from Pizza Corner, closer to Spring Garden Road. It's very, very, very good.
You should go see anything in the Fringe, really. It's going to be a fantastic, 10 days of crazy amount of plays.
Yes.
All over the city.
And Department of Common Sense has 6 shows. If you go to... Actually, I don't even know. Go to atlanticfringe.ca. And that's how you can get tickets and info on all the shows. Department of Common Sense is one of those. I'm in it. Good times.
Plug
Yeah, go
over.
see that. Plug over. Overplug. Overplug? Also, Wednesday, as I was discussing, Make 'em Up's comedy improv company, which Brian MacQuarrie is involved with, as I discussed earlier, they have a show Wednesday at Oasis, and you should go. I think it starts at 8 o'clock. I think it's $5. These are not details I am positive on, but
you
if
work there.
I work at the Oasis, but I don't run that event.
Okay.
And they have that side of the... Anyway, they run their own event, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure those are the facts. If I get a chance, I will be there. If I can be, I will be there. And you should too. They're very funny. I saw them at... I saw Make 'em Ups at the bus stop, and they were very good. Very good. Very funny. Really well done improv, and that's hard to find in the city sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hard to find anywhere.
That's true. That's true. It was very entertaining. I highly recommend them. So go. And it's a duo, so it's like teams of 2. It's really a neat format.
Nice.
Yeah, so go do that. What else you got? Anything you want to plug? You don't get to sit here very often.
No. I'm working on a show, but it doesn't go up until the middle of September.
Okay, so we can more info on that to come. It's
Yeah.
Steel Magnolias.
Steel Magnolia is a tag, so it's a pretty lady-oriented show, but you never know. There might be some guys out there who love a good cry.
Does it follow the movie very closely at all?
The script is very similar. The story is the same. However, the play is set entirely in one location and only has the female characters, whereas the movie, you see the male characters and they've moved the different scenes to different locations, which makes sense for a movie. But the script, very similar. The story, exactly the same. If you're a fan of the movie, you will love the play because it's very similar.
There you go. So thank you very much for listening, everybody.
That's it for today.
Follow us on Twitter. It's on Halifax, all one word. Facebook.com/It's on Halifax. It's on Halifax.ca is the website where you can find archived episodes of old episodes if they're not available on iTunes, which I think the last 50 episodes I think stay on iTunes.
Okay.
After that, you have to go to the website to get the archive. I think that's how we have that set up.
If you want to do a marathon, then that's how you do it.
Yeah, if you want to go back and see the beginnings. Oh my God. I don't know if that's highly recommended or not, but thank you for sticking around for another week, and we will see you next week, where hopefully our guest will be Brian MacQuarrie.
But we don't know yet.
We're working on the whole scheduling issue that we're having, and we'll see you next week. Like we said, goodbye.
Bye.
This episode of It's On Halifax was brought to you by
Maladjusted Media
and Oasis on Spring Garden Road.